What's going on, everyone? It's Token back with a brand new VGC18 Showdown Live. As today we're going to still be grinding out with Andy VGC's Rain team that consists of Polytoad, Kingdra, Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn, Buzzhole, and Mega Salamence if you did not know. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you want to take that support to the next level, you can like the video to show that this specific video is something you did enjoy. As well as subscribe if you are new for more VGC action, as we got a lot more planned. Pretty much what I wanted to say, a little bit of preliminary thoughts before we just hop onto the Showdown Ladder, is that one thing I wanted to apologize for no videos for 4 days in a row, as I know this isn't our only series. We had some other series that also weren't going up as well, so I do apologize for that. However, though, with Thanksgiving, spent that completely with family, and then from there, I just really wanted to, I was feeling like I just want to hang out with friends, take a little time off, and not just focus so heavily on getting content to you guys. And it wasn't something that's going to be a norm. It was more so just the fact that Thanksgiving happened. I wanted to hang out with friends. Shortly after Thanksgiving, we had a friend's Thanksgiving that I wanted to definitely partake in. And I just unfortunately, what I've been trying to do is I have 3 days off and then I work 40 hours the rest of the week. I've been trying to grind out videos in those 3 days, but it's also still very hard because I still have responsibilities on those days off. So I'm just hoping that I can really get into a routine where I can really just grind out videos on my 3 days off, to where then I don't really have to crunch out a video late at night when I get off after working 10 hours at work. It's just really not the healthiest thing, because I end up staying up way too late and then still having to wake up very early for work the next morning, and it's also just not the most fun thing to do either. So I'm definitely hoping that I can use my 3 days off a little bit more effectively and definitely really just grind out videos for those days, and then be able to relax a little bit more after I come home from work, as I just haven't been able to do that really, and I really do want to reach a point of that. But I'm also tired on my days off, and I slept a lot today, as it is currently Thursday. I slept a lot today before I actually got into the thing making videos, so I do apologize, guys, but we will do better moving forward. I don't know how much better, but we will do better. So my apologies there. Next thing I did want to say was that this is going to be our last episode using this Rain team, as I did previously state this, not sure you guys are aware, but I do only want to use teams on the Showdown Ladder for 3 episodes and then move on to a new team, as I want to try out a lot of different things and really understand how a lot of different Pokemon work in the VGC18 format, so that I have a very well-rounded understanding of the format, and so that we're more prepared for different Pokemon and don't get so surprised by everything, especially here early in the meta when there's so many different concepts and teams that are still being tested. So this will be our last episode using this Rain team. Shouts out to Andy VGC one last time for allowing us to use it and feature it on the channel, and definitely link in the description below to his Twitter. Throw him a follow. Awesome guy. And last but not least, one thing I want to say about the team before we hop in is I hate its matchup against Ludicolo, Pelipper. Other than that, though, I enjoy using this team and think it's a very good early meta team. Anyways, though, guys, that's enough of me talking. Let's hop into the ladder and see if we can find some strong opponents. And alright, so we get exactly what I am not the fondest of facing, but at least it's not Ludicolo, Pelipper, but it is going to be Polytoad, Ludicolo Rain, supported with Salamence, Tapu Koko, Amoonguss, and that's Aegislash. So, look at my opponent's team. Definitely want to bring Salamence for Polytoad, for Amoonguss. Probably our only good way of dealing with that Pokemon, other than Ferrothorn, just switching it on Spore. Other than that, I want to, which is going to be hard because my opponent can lead like something awkward like Ludicolo Amoonguss just to try to get a Spore off, but we should be okay. I think I definitely bring Ferrothorn and Salamence to this game, so I'm trying to think, do I definitely also bring my, what else do I want to bring? Because Buzzhole actually doesn't look that bad, so I might not bring Kingdra to this game. Is that a smart move though? Would that be smart? No, I think I'm just going to lead Rain. Yeah, I'm just going to lead Rain and being Ferrothorn, Salamence in the back, as we see Tapu Koko and Ludicolo lead from my opponent's end. So not a bad lead at all from my opponent, as he can just fake out and go for what he wants on on my other Pokemon. However, though, I'm just going to double protect, and the following turn I'll probably go for my Z move into the Tapu Koko slot. And one other thing I wanted to say was my apologies for my layout on Showdown as of late. I had no clue that I had all these different layouts all on top of each other, and that's why we couldn't see how many turns things were up for. It was kind of a mess, but I fixed that now, and I had no clue at first. I didn't know that if you don't deactivate one layout that the other one will just go over it, so we did get that situated now, which is at least good to have. I don't care what Ludicolo goes for. I'm just going to Encore it into it, and then I'm just going to go for my Hydro Vortex into the Tapu Koko slot. Because my opponent protects, so smart play. Smart play. Still do heaps of damage, which isn't bad. Alright, so it's encored into that, which isn't bad. So now I'll switch in Ferrothorn now. Switch in Ferrothorn and disable. Yeah, the switch was very obvious, and I'm gonna disable Giga Drain. So now Ludicolo can only struggle. Now I will go for a Gyro Ball into that slot, and we'll proceed to Dragon Pulse the Salamence slot. Alright, so good switch in of the Aegislash by my opponent. Definitely a pretty good switch in. Doesn't do much damage to Aegislash at all. Here though, we can Gyro Ball again into that slot, and we can Hydro Pump the Aegislash. So Tapu Koko will be going down this turn. Hydro Pump does good damage but doesn't take out. Can we live a Shadow Ball? Nope, never into my Nightmare. Oh, Out Pummeling. Oh my lord. Would you look at those techs, honey? Alright, so we're going to get Politoed back in though, get the rain back up, and be back in a solid position. Yeah, Aegislash is really slow, so Politoed should outspeed and knock out with Scald, and we'll just go for the Hydro Pump into Tapu Koko. As we see a Shadow Sneak, not bad. Hydro Pump will take out Koko though, and Scald should take out Aegislash, especially not in shield form. So yeah, not bad. Now we're just going to have Ludicolo and Salamence left to deal with. Here once again we'll just be double protecting. My opponent can go for a Tailwind with their Salamence. That would probably be worst case scenario of what could happen this turn if my opponent predicts the double protect. Oh, actually, I'm not even going to double protect. I'm gonna Encore Ludicolo and go for and just protect Kingdra. Because if Ludicolo goes for Fake Out into Kingdra and I can get an Encore off on that, I think we're in a really nice spot. As we do just see the Giga Drain, so smart play by my opponent. Alright, my opponent actually just doubles into Politoed, so I definitely should have just protected that slot. Bad plays on my end by not. And now we're actually not in the best position because of my bad blades there. I'm not sure what I want to do here now, because I can try to disable Ludicolo's Giga Drain, but it can also just go for Ice Beam this turn, knowing that Salamence is a huge threat. I think I have to go for Dragon Pulse into the Salamence slot and protect my Salamence. Ah, my opponent protects as well. If he went for Giga Drain, we lost. Okay, went for Ice Beam. Alright, that's not nearly as bad. Alright, so now what do we want to do? Do I just Hyper Voice? I think I should just Hyper Voice. Or do I Double Edge and try to knock out my opponent's Salamence before he knocks out mine? So we can lose Kingdra in this process. Yeah, I'm gonna Hyper Voice and disable Ice Beam. Alright, my opponent made another smart play there. And it literally just comes down to a speed tie of the Salamences of which one goes first. I can try to protect to where Ludicolo won't have rain anymore. I don't think it matters. It's a speed tie either way. It's a speed tie. Do I win the speed tie? Oh, my opponent goes for Tailwind. I think that's game because of that. Oh, that is such a bad play. That is such a bad play. Why would you go for Tailwind there? Alright, so everything almost backfired in that game because of the fact that I didn't just protect my Politoed. Very good play by my opponent doubling into it, knowing that Politoed was least likely to protect than Kingdra, and Kingdra was a definite protect. So very smart play by my opponent. It almost cost us the game. Because if Politoed wouldn't have went down there, I definitely could have encored either Salamence or Ludicolo into a move that they didn't want to be encored into to be able to win that game. And just having Politoed as a threat, obviously being able to maybe get a Scald Burn on Salamence, just a lot that could have happened if I wouldn't have lost Politoed there, and another Pokemon that has to be attacked into. So definitely a game that came down to the wire due to one real bad play on my end. So we'll get another game though. We're gonna get Shazman, who is going to have a team of Nihilego, Arcanine, Bulu, Celesteela, Milotic, and Flygon. So interesting VGC18 team, considering that all these Pokemon were usable in the previous format other than Flygon. I think Flygon's the only Pokemon that wasn't usable in VGC17. I'm not entirely sure though. I think people would have tried to test Flygon more, so yeah, I'm pretty sure Flygon wasn't usable in VGC 17, but yeah, literally a team full of VGC 18 Pokemon other than just Flygon. Looking at the team, I don't see the best answers for, other than Arcanine, I don't see the best answers for Ferrothorn. Unless my opponent's running Flamethrower, Celesteela, that can get tricky. I think I want to lead Buzzhole actually. Buzzhole, Politoed, definitely Tapu Koko, and Ferrothorn. I think I should definitely bring Ferrothorn. Or do I just bring Salamence and say I'm not that afraid of Milotic? So that's also a possibility. I don't think I'm that afraid of Milotic. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring Salamence and just say I'm not that afraid of Milotic. Yeah, let's do that. I like Salamence too much in this game for the Bulu and a couple other Mons as well. So here I'm actually just going to Bulldoze, because I can definitely see Bulu protecting. No. Let's just Poison Jab and then go into Salamence. Because I want Arcanine to be weaker, and I don't want a chance that Bulu lives a -1 attack, Buzzhole's Poison Jab, and then just Oko's Politoed. So that's what we'll go for. We'll make Arcanine even weaker, Flare Blitz even weaker, other than just the rain being up, and then we'll go for Poison Jab into the Buzzhole slot. Trying to get some good damage off on that. My opponent goes into Milotic. That can be a huge issue. And he left the game, so opponent left the game. I did throw the timer on, so hopefully it runs down. Oh, I forget now. Now the timer doesn't just cause a forfeit, which I really dislike. I don't like that change on Showdown at all, that someone can leave a game and it doesn't just end in the game. I've had so many games where I've literally just been playing against nobody and it just going for random moves throughout the rest, and you literally just have to sit here and wait for the timer to run down every single turn. It's very agonizing. Alright, so that's going to be a game. We'll get out of here. Okay, so because of the disconnect, obviously just going to act like that didn't happen and go into our next game. Unfortunate disconnect. Definitely would have been an interesting game if our opponent would have actually played. Anyways, we're going to face off against who knows what this team is, of literally Mesprit, Naga Nadel, Mega Benet, which I'm assuming, Stakakatata. Staccatica. I hope that's how I'm saying it. Staccatica. Maybe that's how you say it. Staccatica. I'm gonna go with that. So Staccatica, Busculin, and Lycron Dusk. So this is such an interesting team, and I really don't even know how I want to go about it, but I think I just lead with my Rain duo and we should be okay. Yeah, bring Coco in the back and Ferrothorn, Salamence, Buzzhole. Yeah, let's just go Ferrothorn. Yeah, I don't know what this team is. I really do not. So my opponent's going to Frisk us and see both of our 2 items, which isn't much of an issue at all. Not too worried about that. I'm just going to Encore Mesprit into whatever it wants to go for, and Hydro Vortex the Mega Banette, as it does protect. And I should have seen that coming and went for the Mesprit. Should still do decent damage as it does. And Mesprit is actually the slowest thing on the field, as it does Trick Room, which was expected. Nothing too out of the norm there. I definitely bring in so if Mesprit stays in, it's going to get locked into I can easily Encore Mesprit as Banette goes for Disable. Interesting. We'll be Scalding the Mesprit slots. Alright, so if I would have Encore, that would have been a bad play, so glad I didn't go for that. And Staccatica is going to come in now. Here I'm going to protect with Politoed, and I'm just going to switch in Ferrothorn. We should definitely be able to stall out this Trick Room, or just beat it outright with Ferrothorn. As the Gyro Ball did go into Ferrothorn, that's going to do crap damage. And we also see the Psyshock, but both are resisted, or Psychic. Both are resisted, so not much of an issue for us at all. Ferrothorn is not slower than this guy though. This thing is literally doesn't move. We're going to Helping Hand Gyro Ball though. So we see a Rock Slide, so just going for flinches now. As that did no damage. Do not Gyro Ball that thing. Oh man, I forgot it's a Still type as well. We're just going to go for that again, but actually Power Whip this time. Who knows why I didn't just go for Power Whip, forgetting this thing's typing. So that's going to proc our berry. Hopefully we don't get flinched with Ferrothorn. That'd be really unfortunate. And of course, I jinxed myself. And of course we get flinched. This is Trick Room's last turn though, so we should be okay now. So I'm actually just going to Scald and Power Whip, just in case something tricky happens again. Oh, Trick Room actually ended. Trick Room ended. Okay, that's still not going to kill that guy. Alright, and it gets the defense boost, but that's really not an issue at this point, as we have 2 really strong Mons in the back. I think I definitely go into Coco here. Go into Coco, Volt Switch off of the Staccatica, and Power Whip it, just in case that doesn't kill, as it's going to protect. So it's going to protect, and we're going to see another Trick Room, which is a little annoying. I should have definitely wasn't fully thinking that turn through. Definitely not playing my best right now. I'm just going to protect. I'm not even going to switch in Kingdra. I'm just going to protect. And do I just Leech Seed, or do I go for Power Whip again? It didn't do much damage last time, and now it even has a boost. Yeah, I'm just going to Leech Seed. Yeah, as we do see the Gyro Ball, see the Leech Seed, and we see the Psychic as well. So Still is at least resisted by Kingdra, so there may be a slim chance that Kingdra can actually live a Gyro Ball from this thing. Yeah, and it is going to actually live. I don't know if we live the Psychic though. I doubt it. We will take out the Staccatica. Yeah, we don't live the Psychic, but once again, not too much of an issue. I don't think my opponent has anything to stop Ferrothorn in the back. And actually, this is one Pokemon that can maybe stop Ferrothorn. I'm going to Thunder into that slot, and I'm going to Gyro Ball into that slot. Actually, yeah, it kind of has to protect. So, I'm gonna Thunder. Do I even Thunder? Do I just Wolf Switch Mesprit? Nah, Mesprit's pretty bulky. Nah, I'm gonna Thunder and Gyro Ball into the. Oh, that almost kills. Alright, Thunder does hit. Alright, not bad. Alright, so we're still gonna win this game, even though I played very laughably bad. I played extremely bad against this guy. Just these uncanny Pokemon. I didn't really know what was going on half the time. Lord. We'll just Dazzling Gleam and Gyro Ball again. That's all we'll go for. I think we'll have enough time to get one more game. Yeah, if we skip out all the stuff in that game that we didn't actually have, we should be alright. Asking me if my Coco's not max speed. I definitely think it's max speed though. I can double check my team builder for the guy though. Oh no, I forgot, we're modest, yeah. We're modest, so I guess that's why we undersped the Naganado and Trick-Room, which threw him off. Alright, so that actually could have been a game-changing play. I keep forgetting that we're modest Coco and not max speed. Anyways though, we're going to get one last game and then call it quits for today. So alright, our final opponent's going to have Rotom Heat, Landorus, Tyranitar, Gastrodon, Stakataka, and Cresselia. So definitely what looks like a pretty hardcore Trick Room team other than maybe Landorus. I guess Rotom Heat, especially if it's Scarf, can be a little fast too. But definitely not the speediest team by any measure. Gastrodon makes a lot of sense for this team as it has 4 water weak Pokemon. So I definitely see Gastrodon being brought. No way, shape, or form do I see that Pokemon not being brought. I'm gonna lead Buzzhole though. I don't want to lead Buzzhole Coco. Yeah, I'm gonna lead Buzzhole, Coco, Salamence, and Ferrothorn. Alright, so my opponent right away is trying to set up I'm hoping that we can hit a Thunder outside of rain. So that's really what we need to do. Ooh, okay, good switching. Good switching for my opponent. Not bad at all. So Thunder's gonna go into nothing as the Landorus is immune. And we will go for a Poison Chub, so that's also going to do little to no damage. Here though, I'm definitely going to switch in Ferrothorn on the Tapu Koko slot, and then we're going to also go for an Ice Punch on the Landorus. Won't knock it out because we are -1, but should still do some quality damage. Hoping that my opponent doesn't go for a Scald into one of our physical attackers and gets a burn. That'd probably be worst case scenario of what can happen this turn. My opponent can also be Supersonic Sky Strike Landorus. My opponent is actually just going to go for a U-turn on... Why did that do so much? That should have done less damage though. So that's an interesting amount of damage that did to our Ferrothorn. As we see Muddy Water and the accuracy drop. Not 2 of them, right? Okay, not 2. Not 2 accuracy drops at least. Not too bad from my opponent, I guess. Here I'm just going to switch back in Tapu Koko. And I'm actually going to... Leech Seed the Cresselia slot. And I can't imagine Gastrodon doesn't protect. This is going to be a slow game. I can already see it. Because I can't really... Gastrodon, I can't get a lot of damage off on Gastrodon without Ferrothorn. And I overall just don't have a way of getting a heap amount of damage off on the Cresselia. As we do see Icy Wind, so interesting play by my opponent. As we missed the leech seed, so very unfortunate, but definitely not something I'm not accustomed to already at this point. So here what we can do is we can switch in Salamence. Or what would it... Yeah, I'm gonna switch in Salamence. And I'm gonna go for that leech seed on Cresselia again. So we're gonna switch in Salamence and go for leech seed again. So we see a Helping Hand. Helping Hand Earthquake. Okay, that's gonna do good damage to Ferrothorn. Glad I went into definitely glad I went into Salamence here though, so we could be immune to that. Also wouldn't have took that as nicely. Here I'm just gonna Mega Evolve Protect, and I'm going to go for a Power Whip on the Landorus slot. So the Mega Evolve protecting though. So we see another Earthquake, not an issue with me. Fine by me. And we see an Icy Wind again. So that's good damage off on Landorus. Yeah, and he's ground and not rock, so ground isn't resistant to flying, so now I can just go for a double edge into the Landorus slot, as I do think that it's either Scarfed. I'm pretty sure it's Scarfed, and that's why he went for EQ again. Yeah, so I can go for the Hyper Voice and and just go for a Power Whip into that slot. Yep, as Gastrodon does come in, so that's actually going to work out really well for us. Oh, as we crit it, okay. That was not what I was expecting. Icy Wind won't take out Salamence, which is exactly what I was just hoping for, is that Icy Wind wouldn't take us out. That crit made our double edge do more damage than I was anticipating. So, Ferrothorn's doing exactly what I needed to do, which is be a nuisance for my opponent to take out. I'm going to switch in Buzzhole now. And I am going to go for a... Yeah, I have to go for another Power Whip. Landorus comes in, not an issue. Gastrodon's going to protect, so not too bad for my opponent. Not really too worried about it once again. Not too worried about that. Here I'm actually going to superpower the Gastrodon slot, and I'm going to go for a Leech Seed on Landorus. I can easily see a U-turn on my Buzzhole from the Landorus, as it's just a Rock Slide, but that's not super effective on either of us. However, though, we do get my opponent does get the flinch and an accuracy drop on my... Yeah, there's no way we're hitting that now with the accuracy drop. So really unfortunate that my opponent just got the flinch, as no real skill in that play. Here I'm now going to Ice Punch the Landorus, as it's really starting to annoy me, as we get flinched again. And an Ice Beam into Buzzhole, as we will finally take out the Gastrodon. This has been a really annoying game though. So my opponent is definitely locked into... Yeah, my opponent's locked into... Rock Slide, so I do think I switch out Buzzhole here and I protect Ferrothorn. Hopefully this play doesn't backfire, as Rotom's going to protect. Alright, so the only thing that can really screw us over here is a flinch, as I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam. Do I switch out Mince? Mince is one of my best answers now. I think I switch back in Buzzhole. Or do I not do that as well? What do I do here? Because I don't want to lose Ferrothorn, because what was in the back? Yeah, the Cresselia is in the back, and that's one of our best ways of dealing with Cresselia. So I do think I sack Buzzhole here. Yeah, I'm going to sack Buzzhole. It's unfortunate with Rock Slide. Okay, Rock Slide's actually going to miss Buzzhole, which is great if we don't get flinched on Tapu Koko. And we don't get flinched. Alright, so we can take out Salamence with the Dazzling Gleam, which is great. I mean, Landorus. And the Thunderbolt will take out Buzzhole. That's not a huge issue. Weird play from my opponent, though. I would have definitely expected Overheat. Alright, so all that's left is this Rotom and Cresselia. So do I go into Mince? I feel like I go into Salamence and just try, yeah. I'm gonna go into Salamence. But this can cost me the game as well. Yeah, I'm gonna protect Mince, and I'm gonna go for the Thunder into Rotom. Ah, Rotom protects. Icy Wind. Oh, Trick Room. Ooh, that's game. I think that's definitely game. Yeah, this game didn't work out because of all those misses. The hacks was very annoying in this game. And do you just go for Overheat? No, you went for a Thunderbolt, which is not as bad, but kind of just waiting for the Overheat to come my way. This Rotom's gonna protect. This is so annoying. Like, this game's just already annoyed me way too much already. Protect. Leech Seed Rotom. All you have to do is Overheat. Just win the game already. So annoying. Because it's like, if you don't, eventually you just have to go for Overheat. I guess my opponent's just waiting to the last exact moment for them to go for it. But eventually just go for Overheat and win this game. Like, I more than likely can't win at this point. Yeah, that should be the Overheat. Nope, it's just a Z move. Alright, you don't even have to go for that. Just absolutely wait until the last moment to be annoying and go for that. Alright, anyways, that's game. It's definitely game. Alright guys, so thank you for watching today's episode of our VGC Showdown Live. Definitely know that it wasn't the, we didn't feature the team as best to our abilities, but we did have a little bit of hacks thrown in there, that especially in that last game, that made that not the best. But either way though, I appreciate the support, and I'm really glad that we're able to hop into a new meta and just continue to try out new things. Once again, this is the last episode with the Rain team. Definitely check out the description, as there'll be a placement of the team if you want to try it out for yourself. Shouts out to Andy VGC one last time for letting us feature the team on the channel in these 3 episodes. And I'm excited, guys, to build some new teams and see exactly what we can get working, and see what if we can even get a little bit better team than this one was working out for us. But that's all from me for now. You guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for continuing to support the channel. However, peace out.